He lied to Congress. He lied to Congress. If anybody else did that, it would be considered a crime. Nobody is above the law, not the President of the United States and not the Attorney General.
Fireworks on Capitol Hill this week as Attorney General Bill Barr testifies before a Senate committee on the Mueller report, but refuses to go before the House.
So I just want to say, we didn't choose not to have Mr. Barr come. He chose.
Why Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema now wants to meet with the AG.
It all started out with a simple cup design, but now Footprint has expanded it out to meat trays and other larger type of bowls. All of these products are completely compostable.
We're going to steer the market into a completely different direction.
Right here in Gilbert, Footprint is leading the way in changing how you consume the food you buy.
What we think of as a typical paper cup is in fact actually a paper cup with a plastic liner on the inside.
That means your typical disposable cups pretty much have to end up in the trash bin. But Footprint is using fibers from recycled cardboard to make cups, lids, straws, and even six-pack holders.
It used to be the case that during the summer months, you couldn't float the river in a kayak.
Heather Redding with the Nature Conservancy says that wasn't just bad news for recreation enthusiasts. It was bad news for all of us.
It's a third of the drinking water supply for Phoenix.
But as you can see, as summer nears this year, the Verde is flowing strong, thanks in large part to farmers like Kevin Hauser at Hauser & Hauser Farms.
Drip irrigation has been one of the new things that we started.
Door to door, 20 Glendale police officers are in pursuit of a celebratory, gunfire-free New Year.
Celebratory gunfire can hurt, maim, kill a neighbor, a friend, a family member.
In 1999, Shannon's Law made celebratory gunfire a felony, punishable by up to 5 years in prison. It was named after Shannon Smith, who was killed by a stray bullet while in her own backyard.
We are often hurting for revenue, and this allows you to generate revenue without having to raise taxes.
Senator-elect Michelle Ugenti-Rita on her bill to lift the ban on Keno, a game where players select numbers and wait to see if they match. It's offered in several other states like North Carolina, and unlike the lottery, it can be played numerous times a day.
It's hard to predict how much revenue it could generate, but to that point, the revenue in my bill would go to the general fund.
Friday morning, the state, which ordered Hacienda Healthcare to hire a third-party manager, made it clear it was not on board with the facility shutting down its ICF unit. Parents of patients in the ICF were worried too.
That meant the department where my son is, yes, that's the one that would be affected by this.
This morning, the state's healthcare cost containment system responded to Hacienda's closure plan, giving them a 4 p.m. deadline to answer specific questions about it. Hacienda responded just in time, saying they were willing to voluntarily enter into an agreement with the Department of Health Services when it comes to licensing authority.
There's the guy, he jumped off of the back.
In the wee hours of Tuesday morning, Amir Swice lost a lot. Someone made off with a 16-foot trailer and all the tables, mattresses, and dressers inside, about 20 grand in all. The trailer had been parked right outside the home. It was already loaded up, ready for a delivery in the morning, but when Swice woke up, it was all gone. When he realized it had been stolen, he immediately turned to his Nest camera, where he first noticed somebody who he thinks was scoping the place out.
The guy came on his bike, drove up and down the street multiple times.
Seats are empty, and that's not a good thing. It may be the day before Thanksgiving, but it's also the eve of the most difficult time of year to encourage blood donations. There are probably a lot of things Christopher Boyle could be doing today, but he's here.
It's a way to help the world.
He's donating platelets so a patient he doesn't even know will have what they need Monday.
I'm always thinking about what can be healing, what can be helping, what can be uplifting.
She's just frustrated. She can't tell you what's going on.
16-year-old Alyssa Holguin may not have a voice, but has high-tech tools to communicate. This device allows her to use her eyes like a computer mouse.
It reads her pupils for her to be able to select whatever she wants to say.
She has the mind of a 16-year-old, but can't walk or talk. Her mom, Chris, says it's like
Being able to hear and see everybody in this room talk and screaming at the top of your lungs and nobody hearing you.
Now, Helping Hands is expanding and moving to North Phoenix from Scottsdale.
We can put our racking up higher, we can store more goods, we can make better use of the floor space.
Their old Scottsdale location was about the size of this quadrant, only 8,000 square feet. The new location more than doubles that, 18,000 square feet, all to hold donations and more.
We're going to build in here a really cool children's play area.
Dan Schufelt with Arizona Helping Hands says they no longer have to turn away big donations because they have no room to store them.
Big job.
Gorgeous. Under the white big top, a group of VIPs enjoy a behind-the-scenes guided tour to stimulate all of their senses.
The kids are getting to feel the horses, feed the horses, experience the different equipment we use, listen to the sounds the horses make.
It means a lot. I mean, we just got started and this is awesome.
It's all a part of discovering Cavalia in a magical way.
Hey, the horses eat.
A true sensory journey for kids with low vision or blindness.
I thought it was amazing. I loved it.
It was extremely humiliating.
Kelly DeVos was on a business trip to Salt Lake City when it happened.
That moment was really scary because I didn't know if they even had another seat. So there was this process of, did they have another seat? Could I buy it? How was I going to pay for it? What was I going to do when I got back to the office and I had to tell my boss that, like, oh, you know, I just had to spend double the money because I couldn't fit into a standard seat.
Goats found internet fame 5 years ago. Shrill, human-like shrieks gained them tens of millions of views. Now, this Arizona dog seems to speak their language. That was just a warm-up for Mo here. A bellow from the back seat, which took his adoptive mother by surprise.
With a low temperature near freezing tonight, these huge tortoises were in somewhat of a hurry to get someplace warm.
These tortoises are from Africa, so they don't see temperatures like we see here tonight, so they don't know what to do, basically.
Dan Marchand with the Phoenix Herpetological Society says not all pet tortoises are the same.
Our Arizona tortoise hibernates. It's used to these cold temperatures. It knows what to do. It goes into the ground. It sleeps for several months.
So he doesn't scale back. He has a heat source inside every single enclosure.
I'm 3 on your side's Gary Harper with your consumer news. Kraft Heinz says it may have unintentionally cooked the books. Kraft Heinz says it has to restate more than 2 years of financial results after revelations that some of its employees engaged in financial misconduct. The company says in an SEC filing, an internal investigation revealed that employees fabricated some transactions related to suppliers and procurement. As a result, it will be restating full year and quarterly results for 2016, 2017, and 2018. An employee touching trash, then handling food, cockroaches crawling around the kitchen. When you go out to eat this weekend, you need to know who's keeping a clean kitchen and who isn't. Here's this week's all-new Dirty Dining Report.
The Curry Corner Indo-Pak Cuisine on Apache Boulevard near Rural Road in Tempe. 4 major health code violations. The health inspection report listed several small cockroaches in the kitchen, an employee handling bread with his bare hands.
Hello, America. I know you're exhausted this morning, but there's another big election happening today. Here at Fox 5, we've had a heated race, too. The Fox 5 Break Room Supervisor is a very prestigious title around here. Maria, Mike Doria, and myself are battling for the job, and I gotta tell you, it's been ugly at times.
Mike Doria is a dangerous man. By day, he poses as a professional news reporter. By night, he just poses. It's weird. I mean, if we can't trust him to wear a shirt, how can he be trusted with this? Mike Doria promises to make the break room great again. He promises to build a wall around the candy bar rack. He's just a liar. Mike Doria's a liar, and he hates puppies. I'm Dave Hall, and I approve of this message.
You guys, that did not sit well with Mike Doria at all. So he fired back at me with this cheap shot.
Dave Hall wants to be the Fox 5 Break Room Supervisor, but can you really trust a guy who looked like this in high school? Or looked like this in college? Or looks like this now? The answer is no. The Fox 5 break room deserves a true leader, someone who will keep the microwave clean and the vending machines full. You know what Dave Hall is full of? What the hell is this guy doing running in the first place? I'm Mike Doria, and I approve this message.
That cuts deep, Doria. Not cool, man. Now, you would think Sweet Maria is a shoo-in for the win, right? But I've just found a fourth candidate who's emerged. This is our editor, Eric, attacking Maria.
Me?
Yeah.
Lurking behind that sweet smile is the monster, and not that lovable one-eyed thing from Monsters, Inc. No, I mean a real monster, like Linda Blair in The Exorcist. And your head would be spinning too once you see what Maria Silva wants to do. Horrible candy bar trade deals, open borders for beef jerky. And can you imagine what's in her emails? Shameful. The Fox 5 break room deserves better. Maria Silva is bad news. I'm Eric J. Richards, and I approve this message.
Eric, I'm disappointed.
I've never seen Eric in a suit.
I thought you were Team Maria all the way. You're super sweet and nice to me.
Eric's the dark horse candidate in this race, but I just checked the Fox 5 polling. Maria, you were still in the lead, as you should be. You should win this in a landslide.
We'll see what happens
tomorrow. But hey,
tomorrow.
if you guys would like to vote in this election, go to our Fox 5 Facebook page and fire away.
That was fun.
Just try to have some fun.
I love it.
I know we've been inundated with attack ads for the last 6 months, and a lot of you guys are, not happy with the results of last night's election. So just wanted, hopefully you could laugh at that a little bit.
Jay Hall, can I say, why didn't we start the newscast with that? We need a little hello.
Well, maybe that'll be the lead story tomorrow.
There you go. A lot of people waking up a bit depressed, or a lot of them still celebrating.
Yeah,
so it would have been nice to have that in there too.
Las Vegas wants to know who's going to be the Fox 5 break room supervisor.
Okay.
By the way, thanks to Eric who did all the editing.
I know. Good job, Eric.
Good job, Eric.
And he deserves to win after doing all that editing there.
He did a lot of work.
Although I really thought he was Team Maria. Little disappointed. Huh.